So another useful thing in your pivot tables is that you can actually make computations with different columns so that you can go further into your data analysis. A very intuitive thing that we would want to do with the data we have today is looking at the average price of each articles in each basket. Fairly easy to do. We have baskets right there and a number of articles. So really what we're going to do with our pivot tables is create a new column. That's what a field is. It's a column that will be calculated based on those items. And we'll see how to do it. So first of all, let's get started with the good practice, which is putting everything as a table. We'll do Control L, just don't select anything. Okay, and create a new pivot table from table range, new worksheet. Amazing. Rename it pivot one. And what we want to do here is display the average price of an item for each store using a calculated field. So we'll keep the shops in the rows, and we don't actually need to go and put in the values the items as well as the different baskets. We can directly go into the pivot table analyze function that will enable us to actually do this. So what we want to do is create a new column based on the values of the existing columns. And for that, we'll use what is called fields, items, and sets. So let's click there. And indeed, you will want to go into calculated field. So here we're going to name our new column. So let's call it average price, price per item. And what we'll want to do is we have the formula here, and we can use the fields that we have as column. So really what we want to do is to have the basket and divided by the number of articles. Makes sense. It's an average price. So we'll click here to insert field. Then we'll do divide, and we'll divide it by the number of articles. We add that and click OK. And as you can see, we have the sum of the average price per item. So it's really just the average price per item. It's created here as a new value. And there's a lot of things that you can do with calculated field. This is a very simple and easy example. It's good when you want to show data and you want to make reports. Otherwise, really try to make the calculations directly within your table. Probably it'll be easier. And if you're trying to have something that is more flexible, where you will update the data, a pivot table is not the best for that. But if it's a final report, then go ahead and use that function. Finally, there's one very useful tip with that part of calculated fields that Excel has created. It's the possibility, if you're using a new pivot table, to have a summary of all the calculated fields, because if you have to go and check them one by one, good luck. You can go again into fields, items, and sets, and go into list formulas. That will create a new sheet that will have a breakdown of all the calculated fields within your sheet, and it will explain you which formulas have been used to create these fields.